Well, hello everybody out there in YouTube land. Tonight, in keeping with my tradition of making awesome cooking videos for the food section of my website, John Rivera Urban Life, I'm going to make pumpkin soup. Now, look at this pumpkin, isn't this beautiful? Yeah. It's not Halloween, but maybe you have some leftover pumpkins. I know I did. And it's a nice cold night tonight, and you know, Thanksgiving's coming up, so you might want to have a little pumpkin soup to go along with your turkey. Now, I always like to have a little wine with my pumpkin soup making as well. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a real pumpkin, a natural pumpkin, and also I'm going to supplement it with a can of pumpkin and all kinds of other stuff. So I'll show you how to do as we go along. It's kind of a process. So, voila! Pretty good, huh? You didn't think I was that strong. Actually, I had pre-cut it. So what I'm going to do is, you cut the pumpkin. You know how to do this. This is like making a jack-o'-lantern. And you scoop out all the seeds and all that stuff. Then you take your 8-inch Hinkle's chef's knife, like I have right here, and which I wrote about earlier in another article for my site, and you carve it down the side like this. Yeah, there we go. Now, what you want to do is, this is a lot of work. You can just use a can of pumpkin instead, but I like to use the real stuff, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and chop it up into 4 or 5 different sections. Got some Miles Davis playing in the background. Alright, now, we're going to start off with, we're going to have these sections here. And, you know, I mean, it's going to take about 2 or 3 cups of pumpkin, so I'll only use 2 of these, and then I'm going to go ahead and supplement it with the pumpkin mix, you know, canned pumpkin. Just to add a little extra flavor in it, you know, it really makes it nice when you roast it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roast this pumpkin, I'll get back with you, and it's going to be really, really, really good. But also, one thing I've also done is, I removed the seeds, you can see right here, hopefully, and I'm going to go ahead and bake the seeds as well. I'm going to roast up the pumpkin seeds, and they're going to be really good. I'll put curry powder in on them and stuff like that, so it's going to be really good. So we'll get back with you in a little bit, and I'll show you how to do that stuff. Alright? Alright, cool. Okay, I decided that was a lot of pumpkin that I had. It was a pretty big pumpkin, so I just took 2 of the sections that I cut, and I chopped them up into chunks, and I'm going to place them in the oven on a cookie pan, and I'm going to roast them at 400 degrees, probably, I don't know, maybe an hour. We'll see how it works. I'll time it and tell you when I'm finished and how long I roasted it, and then we'll take it from there. So that's a lot of pumpkin, actually. When you get this, you scoop it all out into your bowl, and it's going to be really awesome. All right, here we go. Okay, now while I got my pumpkin in the oven, what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up some onions. I got a red onion, and I got a shallot. See that shallot right there? And a little bit of garlic. And I'm just going to chop this stuff up right now, and I'm going to use it. I'm going to set it aside while my pumpkin is roasting, and I'm going to get the bacon ready because it also tastes bacon. Now, when I'm talking to you, I'm going to slice my finger off here, so you know I really don't want to do that. So, but look how. Hey, by the way, let me say this. Look at how this chef's knife works. Isn't this just nice? You just rock it like that, and it cuts using the knife itself. There's no effort whatsoever involved in it. So, while I'm doing this, I'm going to have some more wine, and then we'll take it to step number 2 or 3, something like that. It's kind of complicated, but in the end, it's going to be so good. You're going to love it. All right. Cheers. Okay, I just took my my pumpkin out of the oven, and this is what they look like. I've already you know scraped off the rest of them into this pot, and I saved one to show you how to do it. But they're hot, you know, so you gotta just wear a glove or something like this, and you just scrape off the out the pumpkin meat into the pot. You put aside the skin. So you heard that it's not Miles Davis right now because I've changed the music to my own CD. So I figure some shameless self-promotion is allowed in my own video. So anyway, so this is the next step. And by the way, I do want to say that, you know, for those of you who are watching this, that you don't have to go through all this rigmarole, because I mean, you could just open up a couple cans of pumpkin and, you know, you're going to end up with this anyway. But this is just making it fresh and from scratch, and you know, I kind of like to do that every now and then because it adds a little something to it. So anyway, now I'm going to just stir it up, and I've got some bacon cooking and stuff like that, and I'll get back with you on the next step, okay? Pumpkin soup, yes. All right. Okay, so I fried up a couple pieces of bacon, and no, actually 4 pieces of bacon, 5 pieces of bacon. A lot of bacon, okay? Stop. And I took those, the onion, shallots, and garlic, and I'm sauteing them right now in the bacon grease that's left over in my pan. So, and I'm going to take that, I'm going to put it in my my pumpkin. So, all right. Get to hear my music in the background. Yeah, this is going to be so good, and it's a perfect night for it. It's a cold night, might have some rain, so pumpkin soup is going to be the shiz, definitely. All right, doesn't that look appetizing? You should smell it. You die. Okay, now what I did was I poured the sauteed onions, shallots, and garlic into the pumpkin mixture, and now I'm going to pour in some low-sodium chicken broth. And I'm going to start off with 2 cans. It might take more. Depends. And I'm going to add the start of a teaspoon, I believe, of Thai curry. Now, you can use any kind of curry. I like Thai curry because it's real hot and spicy. And I'm going to start off, actually I'm going to put a couple of teaspoons of it in there, but it's, you got to be real careful with this stuff because it's pretty potent. Okay, so now I'm stirring it up. I'm going to start letting it boil, and I'm going to put in my, add the bacon. We'll continue on. All right. Okay, now you can see the soup. Probably not see the soup, but it's got all those chunks of pumpkin and everything else in there. And what I'm going to do is I am going to use my immersion blender right here, and I'm going to put it in the soup and puree it. So here we go. What you need to do this, or else you're going to have to dump it into a blender, and you don't want to do that because it's all hot and gumpy and everything else. So what you want to do is you want to just put it in the immersion blender, put the immersion blender in it, and just puree it up. Now I put the bacon in there, I put the curry powder in there and everything else, and it's getting really smooth. So I like to use an immersion blender. This is, like I said, I wrote an article about my chef's knife, and this is the other item in there, 3 essential kitchen items. The other one is the immersion blender, which is this little item right here. It's really, really nice. And it comes in handy, really handy. So, I am cooking. Have a little sip of wine. And I'm gonna go, baby. Here we go. Alright, doesn't that look good? Look at this. I'm gonna stir it up a little bit. Doesn't that look delicious? This is this pumpkin soup. It's just amazing. That's from fresh pumpkin and 1 can of pureed pumpkin. The last step in this process is to pour in some whipping cream. You want to do this at the very end because you don't want that stuff to boil. This just gives it a real smooth, extra smooth consistency. See that? Does that look beautiful? You just want to put that in there for a couple of minutes and then turn off the flame because you do not want this to boil, because what it's going to do, it will curdle that milk. It's got the curry powder, it's got the bacon and everything, and the onions and the garlic and the shallots, and it's all pureed in there. And that, my friends, is pumpkin soup. Beautiful pumpkin soup. Spicy, hot, delicious. Alright. I'm going to serve it up right now and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, and there it is. Pumpkin soup. It's so good. It's just so utterly delicious. Now you can see the pumpkin seeds that I roasted up. And I'm going to include all the recipes for this stuff in my article that I'm going to write with this video. I've got some bacon on top of the pumpkin soup, crushed up bacon, and these roasted pumpkin seeds, and it's hot, delicious, spicy. I got like 3 bottles of wine. I got some Columbia Crest. I've got some Satui Family Red from Napa. Beautiful vineyards, by the way. You got to go there. And some Nobello Sauvignon Blanc, which I'm going to have with my delicious pumpkin soup. And you're going to love this stuff, but I can't talk anymore because my voice is going. So enjoy your night as I'm going to enjoy my night. And there it is. Pumpkin soup from scratch. Make it. Trust me, you will love it. You will absolutely love this stuff.